he got lucky in the first term. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not the first term, this is the second term. This is Trump's second term. Um, I guess I'm kind of stating the obvious. The next 4 years are going to be disastrous. I know some people may look at what's happening now and may, sort of be like, well, it's already a disaster. Unfortunately, it's going to get far worse. I'm not talking about for liberals or for blue cities. I'm talking about for America. Whether you're MAGA, you're conservative, it's going to be bad. At the same time, it's going to be awesome. It is going to be a golden age. The next 4 years is going to be awesome, as well as it's going to be a disaster. If you're in the top 1%, it's going to be awesome. We see a lot of billionaires already liquidating a lot of their cash. They are ready for the party, because when everything falls apart, they're going to scoop in, buy up everything at a discount, and they're going to multiply their wealth like you've never seen before. So if you're a billionaire, if you're a several hundred millionaire, this is great for you. Just relax, don't get too excited. Take it easy. Reduce your exposure. I know most of you guys have done that already. And then when the time is right, jump in, get everything at a discount, and then ride the wave of recovery. The only question is, how long will that recovery take? But if you're a billionaire, I think you're going to be all right. But for anybody making less than, 500 grand a year by yourself, it's going to be a wild ride. So you've been lied to. We were told that people were fear-mongering about Donald Trump because we already saw what Donald Trump is like. We had a first term with Donald Trump. That is a lie. I will prove it to you. We did not see Donald Trump, really. All we got is a little bit of a teaser. We got, I think, more than, we got more than enough to let us know what a Trump term would actually look like. We didn't really get a Trump term. We got very, very minimal. Donald Trump's first term, he existed within the system. He was constrained. There were guardrails. So for the craziest and most dangerous things that he wanted to do, dangerous for Americans regardless of ideology, more sensible people, adults, if you will, people that actually have some kind of, empathy for others and some kind of character, even if it's small, blocked him from the worst things he wanted to do. But we saw him being blocked. So we saw the things that he was trying to do. We saw the insanity that he was trying to do, right? So anyone paying attention should have known how bad this would have been. And I tell you, all these right-wing influencers, we're going to get to them. We going to get to these right-wing influencers. We're going to get to the MAGA people. We ain't pulling any punches on this one. The right-wing influencers, Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, you know the list. They knew. They saw it all. They are more clever than their audience, right? The conservatives who they disrespect and spit in the faces of, they are more clever than them. Ben Shapiro is sharper than the conservatives that he manipulates to keep money in his pockets. So I know Ben Shapiro knew how dangerous Trump was. He recognized that Like who's lying to you when he says, hey, we already saw Trump. We saw what Trump was capable of, and nothing, everything was fine. Hey, man, you're trying to fearmonger about Trump. You haven't seen Trump. Trump was constrained. But once again, we saw what he was trying to do. So we know we got a preview of what Trump would look like unconstrained. So we knew the second term would be unconstrained. So it was only dishonest to be looking at like, oh, look at the first term, it was fine. This is not the first term. Ben Shapiro knows that. Stephen Crowder, they all knew. But yet they spit on American conservatives. They have no sort of compassion, no respect for American conservatives. These are not conservatives. These are anti-liberal parasites. That's what they are. That's the business they're in. There's nothing conservative about what they're doing. All they're doing is money, 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 right? Money in the bank. That's their pure existence. Get up every morning. Oh, look at some crazy liberal there. Oh, liberals this, liberals that, liberal. Oh, this is woke, that's woke, something else is woke. Oh, look, it's woke. Oh, what's the new thing now? DEI. Oh, DEI this, DEI that. There's a guy that's DEI. Ooh, this shirt is DEI, right? That's what they do for a living. That's not conservatism. That's bullshit anti-liberal media. That's what they do, right? So here's the reality. The next 4 years, good to see you, Coffee. Next 4 years is going to be disastrous for the economy. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. I mean, it's happening already, but it's going to get much worse than that. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people are going to be suffering. Bank accounts are going to be cleaned out. These are regular people. The 1% are going to celebrate. Trump and his allies and these right-wing influencers, these fake conservatives in the influencer class, they're going to be partying, and all the destruction that's about to happen, they're going to make content. But you know what? This is what I want you guys to do. And I'm going to be doing this as well. I want you to document the stuff that right-wing influencers have been saying for the last 2 months. We need to document and track what these assholes, what these children have been doing in the last few months. Document every bit of it, because when the destruction comes, and it's coming, I know you think it's bad now, you ain't seen nothing yet. Cyber attacks, terrorist attacks, financial collapse, you name it. At this point, we beyond the point of saying, fear mongering, high probability or whatever. No, it's gonna be bad. When the really bad things happen, scandals with these appointees from Trump, suffering of the American people, these clowns will try to slowly change their tune over time, and they're gonna play games. It's not Trump's fault, it's Kash Patel. How is Trump supposed to know? You can't predict the future. Pete Hegseth. So why are we at war? I thought it was an anti-war. What happened? Oh, well, Pete Hegseth, he had to strike back because of whatever. That's why we bombed whatever, and now we got American troops getting killed wherever. Oh, well, he had to do it, and that was Pete Hegseth, and Trump already fired him anyway. Now there's a new Secretary of Defense. What did Tulsi Gabbard do? That was Tulsi. Tulsi did that, and this and that, and Trump fired her anyway, and how was Trump supposed to know? Listen, man. All these people, all these right-wing influencers, they know this is coming. They knew this was coming, and they lied to conservatives. Right-wing influencers lied to American conservatives so they could put more money in their pockets, get richer, buy another car, another mansion. They lied to you. If you are a conservative, you have been sold down the river by these right-wing influencers who are savages, who don't care about you. They're anti-liberals. They are greedy people, spineless, soulless, empty vessels. And I have no issue. I disagree with you guys. If you're conservative, I disagree with you on many things. I'm sure I agree with you on other things. I got no issue with you. Even if, and I know a lot of liberals, progressives would agree on this, you say, what kind of person could vote for Trump again? I can name a lot of people. I got a nice lady on my block, right? I know she did it, and she was a big help to me. And it's not like a bias thing because somebody who's Trump friendly is nice to me. And I'm just, I my whole channel is about propaganda. I understand how this stuff works. So I understand how a nice lady like that could get caught up in this. This is not about you. This is about the people who are responsible for making my neighbor believe the stuff that she does. These right-wing influencers. So I want you guys to keep track of everything these people are saying. A lot of stuff is happening, boom, 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 right? Do not let them get away with this. I think after all of the turmoil, we need to make sure that any right-wing influencer, anybody that is pro-MAGA, make sure that they are ruined. Don't let anyone forget that in this moment, they push this country off the cliff for their own self making money and rich and attention and likes on social media. It's time that we do something that we do in our government right now, where if a child does something to an extreme level, we try them as an adult. A child can do a lot of things and they can get off pretty lightly because they're a child in our legal system, right? MAGA is a movement of children, right? They are developmentally challenged, shall we say. I'm not talking about they're stupid necessarily, although some of them are. The others of them, they just never grew up. They're boys. Look at Elon Musk with the saw and he's all high on ketamine, right? Look at even Zuckerberg. This is a grown-ass man. Does he look like a grown-ass man? Right? If a child commits a crime that is serious enough, they get tried as an adult. I think it's time we start treating MAGA like adults. They're not children. They're old enough to know better. They're causing the levels of destruction that they're causing to so many lives in this country warrants that they get treated like adults. It's time to stop treating them the way they act. Time to start treating them like children. Document everything, and I'll be doing so as well. All the stuff they're saying right now, all the, Trump this, and lying, and all the giggling, document every MAGA influencer who led the American conservatives off the cliff for their own wealth, their own attention, and I'm getting likes and engagements on social media, whatever. Document everything, because they're going to suddenly start to change their position when things get really, really bad. And it wasn't Trump that did it. Well, people make mistakes, and he was trying to do the best thing. Well, he shouldn't have probably done. We ain't got time for that bullshit. Document that in this moment, they were the ones putting fuel on the fire that's gonna break the back of so many Americans. I think every MAGA influencer should be destroyed. At the end of what's to come, all your businesses, all your social media, whatever, should completely collapse. And no one should want to do anything with you guys. All the suffering that you guys have led to for so many other Americans, that's coming back to you. When the rest of us are left to pick up the pieces, and when we are recovering, hopefully if we don't go too far, because there's a scenario where, man, decades. But if we're able to survive what's about to come, and while we're picking up the pieces, that's going to be your time. Every MAGA influencer, toxic. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to interview you. Nobody wants to watch your content. You are parasites. You are traitors to America. You have no character, no integrity, but you're grown adults. It's time that you start getting treated like an adult. And treated like an adult means that you need to suffer the consequences of your actions. You act like children, but you're not. You're adults. I don't know what was wrong with your parents, why they didn't raise you to be considerate of others, to take responsibility, to behave in a responsible manner. I don't know. I'm not your parent, not my job, not my responsibility. But it is time for the end of MAGA. The movement needs to end. But wait for it. The destruction is coming. It is at the other end of that destruction. That's where the destruction of MAGA comes. MAGA, Americans are sick of you. We are coming for you. So have your fun, continue to giggle. But on the other end of the chaos is going to be your demise. We are done with your movement. We are done with your childishness. We're done with your savagery. Lack of character, lack of morals, lack of empathy. Again, document everything these people are doing. Ben Shapiro, Stephen Crowder, Newsmax. All these people that are out there that are playing games and pretending like they don't know better. All of these people who are the worst enemy of the American conservative. If you're a conservative, I would urge you to stop letting these people distract you with focusing on the left, the radical left. Your true enemy is MAGA. MAGA is a poison that is ruining your image because guilty by association. A lot of people don't know the things that I know. I'm into politics. I'm paying attention. I know the distinction. A lot of Americans don't know the distinction. They think you're conservative, you voted for Trump. They feel like, oh, you're MAGA. You guys need to realize your biggest enemy is MAGA. You American conservatives need to rise up and you need to destroy this movement. Don't let it be just the liberals and the progressives. The people that should be the loudest about this should be MAGA. Conservatives. Oh my goodness. The poison is infesting even me now. I can't even think straight. I know that's a hard message to sell because these people got you so brainwashed. Every day they feed you the same garbage. But I'm telling you, man, trust me, listen, let's be real. My life has been absolutely devastated by democratic policies. Democratic policies that have been championed by these progressives who have also been misled. The amount of devastation that I have gone through as a result of the American progressives and the left-wing propaganda machine, right? So I'm not some, leftist, whatever you think, radical left. I know the dangers on the left. Trust me, I've felt it. I have been absolutely ruined by these progressives. So I know that there are problems on the left, but none of that is any way in comparison to what's happening on the right. None of that is in any way any comparison to what's happening on the right. And it is these right-wing influencers who are the poison on your side that is ruining your side. And ironically, they're pushing the country in a direction. It's the same stuff they're fear-mongering about. They're setting up an environment where that very thing can rise up, right? Because when they keep pretending like, you know, Biden is a socialist and the Democrats are radical left, right, which is a complete lie. When they keep pretending like that, they're setting an environment where the leading party could actually in the future be radical left. All the stuff that they're pretending that is happening now can actually happen, because what they're leading us to is a complete collapse of the country to such a devastating level that from those ashes can rise up something that would make us long for the days of the actual radical left lunatics, not the ones that right-wing media pretends, you know, oh, Democrat, they're not radical. The actual radical left people, they could rise up, or some other radical movement, who knows? But I could see a scenario where this country goes in exactly the direction that you guys are afraid of. Because when the American people are so broken, which is where we're headed, when you have so many people devastated, Great Depression level type things, from those ashes will rise up something, and it might just be an actual radical left. And trust me, man, they're giving you these words about how radical Biden is, radical, blah blah blah. If an actual radical left party rises up and takes power, man, you're gonna wish you had radical left Biden back. The next 4 years is not going to be good. But the important thing to remember is the right-wing influencers, they are the ones who push this country in that direction, and they're going to subtly, over time, change their positions and try to back away. And it's to throw the rocks and hide the hand. They've been throwing rocks. They're going to hide their hands, and they're going to try to point to everybody else but Trump. If things get bad enough, they might actually turn on Trump. But don't let them fool you. The end of the next 4 years should be the end of the careers of all of the MAGA influencers. They need to work at a supermarket. They need to go sell ice cream or something. They need to move back in with their parents, right? They need to be in a situation where they need government, quote unquote, handouts, but there are no handouts because they destroyed the safety net in this country. They need to be in a situation of reckoning. 4 years from now, lose their home, lose their business, struggling to eat, looking to the government to assist them, only to find out, oh no, the Trump bill from 3 years ago, they removed that program, it's no longer. Sorry, man. Sorry about that, guy. That should be the future of the MAGA movement. Every single one of them. Let them wear around their neck a chain of disdain. I just rhymed by accident. Anyway, good to see you, Coffee. I'm going to read the comments real quick and then I'm going to jump out of here. Suffering is going to happen in rural communities. Yep, it's going to get worse. Once Medicaid is cut, we will lose our hospital. All those government handouts. Cut the handouts. It's funny because I was starting to research how long Trump's first cabinet lasted. Wow. Yep. Low IQ, ignorant. Oh man, coffee going in. Even when you criticize them, even when you criticize the left, I find myself agreeing. I suppose I'm a big show. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Oh, there goes my little kitty. I was living in the house for 3 weeks. I got him tamed now. I'm beginning to think my spirit animals, the bear Jew, salute to Donnie Donowitz. Oh man. All right, guys. On that note, should I act like a child for a second and do some? Nah, I'm an adult. I am about to do a little Hitler salute, trying to be funny. I don't need to be funny. I'm not gonna quit my day job. All right, guys, I'm out. Never forget what MAGA did. Never forget.